Hi guys, today I want you to work on writing a friendly letter. So when you're writing a letter to someone, whether it be a family member or a business, or like you're going to do today to some Disney character, there are parts that we have to include in the letter. So let's go over those. So here is an example, a very short, like kindergarten, maybe first grade friendly letter. Yours should look a lot better than this. But it has the parts labeled. So you're going to need a greeting that says dear and then the person's name. You want to have a heading, that would be the date. And then the body, that's not your actual body, that's the part where you're writing. Like that's the bulk of what you want to say. So body is what you want to say. And then at the end, you're going to have a closing that could say your friend, it could say sincerely. If it's somebody like in your family, you might say love. And then your signature would just be your name. So let's see what that looks like in more of a third grade situation. So here is your assignment that you'll find on Seesaw called Disney letter writing. So it says pick any Disney character, write them a letter, take a picture of it, and attach it to page 2. So page 2 is pretty much blank. It just says a picture of my Disney letter. So you should not be typing your letter. This letter is going to be graded based on if it's letter format and your handwriting and spacing. So I need it to be a letter written by you, not typed. That's why it says a picture. All right, so if you go back to this first page, it shows you a collage of a whole bunch of different Disney characters. There's tons of them. I know it's kind of hard to see. You can always zoom in if you want. But if there's not a specific Disney character that pops in your mind, check this out and see which one interests you. So it does not have to be a princess. It could be any of these. You can see there are princesses, but there's also villains, Scar, Dumbo, Hercules. There's some of like the sidekicks, like you could always do Abu the monkey from Aladdin. You could do any Disney character that you could think of. Flounder from The Little Mermaid, anybody. All right, so here we go. So the tools you'll need is just a pencil and a notepad. And once you know who you're going to write to, you're going to start your letter with dear and their character's name. So like I chose The Little Mermaid because that was a favorite character of mine when I was young. So I could put Dear Little Mermaid, I could put Dear Ariel, whatever. But that is my greeting. Before I continue with the body of what I want to say, I need to add the heading. I need to put the date. So today's date, put whatever date it is, obviously, when you're doing this. The date that I'm writing this is actually 4/16/21. All right, so I've got my heading and I've got my greeting. So now I get to write whatever I want to Ariel. I'm going to go ahead and write that, but I'm going to indent when I write because I'm going to write this kind of like a nice, neat paragraph. So I'll indent and I'll start what I'm going to say here and I'll write my paragraph and then I'll come back and show you how I'm going to end it. Okay, so now I have my body written, the body, the bulk of what I wanted to say. You are one of my favorite Disney characters. When I was little, I always liked to pretend like I was a mermaid when I swam in the pool. I would sing part of your world like it was my jam. I'm wondering if you still keep in contact with Flounder, Scuttle, and Sebastian. So you can just tell them things. You could say something about yourself. You could ask them questions about their movie or their character or their life, whatever you want. It's just supposed to be for fun. Now I'm ready to end my letter. So if you remember what was in the friendly letter of how you are supposed to end it. There we go. We end it with a closing and a signature. So I could put your friend. I could put sincerely. I'm going to put your friend just because I feel like that would be appropriate because I was so in love with this Ariel when I was little. So closing and signature. So I'm going to put your friend and then a comma. So you have a comma after your closing part. You have a comma after the greeting part. And then for signature, you can actually write your name in cursive if you'd like. That's generally how you're supposed to do a signature. Like if I go somewhere, they ask me to sign something, it would mean do it in cursive. All right, so there we go. There's my friendly letter. So now I need to get back onto Seesaw and take a picture of it. As you know, anytime you take a picture on Seesaw, this would be unacceptable. I would not be able to read that. You want to make sure it's close enough that I can actually see it. And if it's hard, because like I wrote it in pencil, it's hard to see, you may want to do one of these. where you have two different pictures, one of the top part, one of the bottom part. All right. And then that's it for your assignment. But if you want to do a little extra, you can. You can send this to a Disney character. So if you look on Seesaw for the directions, Disney letter writing, it tells you pick any Disney character you'd like and write to him or her. Write a letter on a piece of paper at home and upload a picture of it here. Make sure you include all of those things we just talked about. 4 to 6 sentences, they can be questions. But then look, optional, mail your letter to Walt Disney World. And you could do the one in Florida, the Walt Disney World, or the Walt Disneyland, the company in California. And I was told, I don't know that this is true, I can't confirm it, but I was told that if you mail a letter to a Disney character, that they will write you back, or that send you a picture, or that usually you get some kind of communication in return. So you're already going to have to write the letter. If you feel like going the extra step, putting it in an envelope with a stamp, then you might get some mail back. That is up to you, but you do have to write the letter no matter what. So go ahead and pick your Disney character and write me a friendly letter. Make sure you follow that template.